Both of you should Timmy's here. Now, it's safe to say that Sony didn't really have the best track record in 2024. I mean, with the like Spider Verse they've had, the Spider Villain verse, like Craven, uh, Madam Web, even Venom: The Last Dance, and they've also done other slop like Afraid and all. But they've had done some pretty decent films this year. Sadly, not a whole lot who weren't a top 10. So I'm actually going to be doing my top 5 favorite Sony movies of 2024. Because they did put out some really good stuff this year. Just not a whole lot, as you expect. But here is my official top 5. Number 5 is the Garfield movie. I'm not going to lie. I actually had a fun time with this more than most people did. You know, sort of prefer the Bill Murray one. I know that might be unpopular to say, but and especially unpopular to Bill Murray too, because he was never a fan of Garfield. I actually like that Garfield movie from 2004, and so I actually had a fun, but I still had a fun time with this new one. Chris Pratt as Garfield's pretty decent. I like Sam Jackson in this. It was a really entertaining one in my opinion. So yeah, all right. Number 4 is Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire. Now, I actually had more fun time with this than most people did. Still pretty entertaining. Seeing some of the OG Ghostbusters back in this, like Dan Aykroyd. Speaking of Bill Murray, was pretty cool. Those are the other cast of characters like Paul Rudd popping up was really good. Then I'm really glad that they brought back to the New York scenery because that's where Ghostbusters belong, in my opinion. So yeah, I actually really thought it was a really fun one, and I hope we get another Ghostbusters live action film that is in the future. All right, number 3. It might be a little awkward to talk about this now because of the drama surrounding it, like behind the scenes and all. But that aside, it's still a pretty decent film, and that is It Ends With Us. Again, it's very awkward to talk about this because let's just say the drama between Blake Lively and the director and star in it is not going like it's getting nasty, but it's it's still a pretty decent little film though. Blake Lively I thought was pretty decent. The one who plays like the other love interest, the one that it, you know is not getting controversial. Brendan Scalalner, I thought he was pretty good. Um, it was a pretty decent film, just a little awkward talking about, but anyway. All right, number 2 is Bad Boys Ride or Die. Now, this was more better than How You Touch Spain. Like, I really quite enjoyed the Bad Boys films, but I didn't expect you to love this as much. And this is not gonna lie, I think this is better than the third one, which I thought the third one was good too. But this is probably the best Bad Boys movie since Part 2. The chemistry once again with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence was really good. I like the villain played by Eric Dane. It had lots of fun moments, like especially the scene with the guy who plays Martin Lawrence's son-in-law. He really cracked me up here. Yeah, the guy Reggie, he was a major scene stealer in this. But yeah, Bad Boys Ride or Die is definitely a fun one. And to me, the number one best movie that Sony put out this whole year is Saturday Night. This is also probably in my top 10 favorite films of the year too, which I'll talk about that on New Year's Eve, by the way. But Saturday Night is an excellent one. Of course, the origins of of pretty much the story of the before the opening of SNL. It's a really exciting one. Great cast of characters from Dylan O'Brien playing Dan Aykroyd to the likes of Gabriel LaBelle as Laura Michaels. Loads of the other cast is terrific. I think this movie is excellent and it's well worth a watch. I mean, if you guys haven't seen it by now, definitely give it a go. It's an excellent one. But that is pretty much it there. Here is my quick rundown. Number 5, the Garfield movie. 4, Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire. 3, It Ends With Us. 2, Bad Boys Ride or Die. And number 1 is Saturday Night. Now Sony did put out some other stuff this year, like Fly Me to the Moon was pretty decent. There's some Sony classics this year that was pretty decent, like the movie Daddy-O with Dakota Johnson. I still gotta see Kneecap. I've been hearing good things about it. Never got around to seeing Kneecap. Tarot, definitely not Tarot. The Book of Clarence, I probably could have added that on my list. Let's see what else we got here. Definitely not Hero on the Purple Crayon. That thing was abysmal. Definitely not Madam Web. Definitely not Afraid. Yes, they did put out some other decent stuff this year. Just not one of the best. Hopefully 2025 will be a better year for them. Because they got Karate Kid coming out, the new Anaconda, but we'll see. Anyway, let me let you guys. What are some of your favorite Sony movies of 2024? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Timmy signing.